Natalie, welcome to my living room.
Thanks for having me.
I love your background. It's so fun. And you look so fun. You actually have makeup on.
Yeah, I decided to try and look like a human for the first time in about a month. We're actually, you're live from your living room. I'm live from my dining room. I've basically because of all this, turned my dining room into my home office. So here we are.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, you're the executive director of Downtown Somerville, New Jersey. I know that small businesses are the hot topic during this pandemic. Shine a light on what your downtown district has been seeing.
Sure. So I think that, first and foremost, we are kind of in unprecedented times. We've never seen anything like this, before. And so, clearly it's had some uh, detrimental effect to our downtown. First, we thought that we could get away with, the curbside pickup options for both retail as well as dining. And then once we had the governor that made that executive order that basically shut down all non-essential retail, we really took a hit. And downtowns are really a critical element of New Jersey's economic well-being. We know that not only do they contain our history and identity, but they really affect how people engage. People are looking for meaningful connections, and downtowns are the first line of defense and making those connections with people. And so the fact that so many of our businesses had to close, not only affects the businesses, but affects the community as well. So it's definitely been a tough time for us.
It totally has. Talk to us about what the downtown district features so we can all rush back there when we're able to.
Absolutely. So downtown Somerville is kind of growing as a premier destination for the downtown experience. Not only is it about, shopping and dining and these incredible entertainment options that we have every season, but it's also a destination for living. The New York Times featured downtown Somerville in their real estate section over the summer, and so we've really been growing in terms of the population downtown. We have dining from around the world. So we have, traditional American comfort food. We've got Greek, we've got Indian, we've got Cuban food. So you name it, we've got it. We've also got some really great retail staples that aren't found anywhere else in the state of New Jersey. We've got shops like Beneath It All, who's a luxury lingerie boutique. We've got great consignment stores. So Revive Consignment is one of the most popular stores. They have brand names, at super discounted prices. I mean, if you follow Revive Consignment on Instagram or Facebook, you'll see how they've pivoted their business model to, host these Facebook Live sales and things like that, where, she's featuring Louis Vuitton bags and things of that nature. So she's really, and that's really what we've seen across the board. We have fitness downtown. We've got Body, we've got Tatiana's Fitness, we've got a studio bar. We've got yoga studios. So, it's a really exciting place to be. We've got music in the summertime. We've got classic car shows. We've got outdoor movies. So there's really something for everyone. And my personal favorite is our holiday Jubilee, where we get ready to celebrate the holidays. So we've definitely, we have an exciting program year round. Right now we were getting ready to jump into planning for Girls Night Out, which was supposed to happen in
I
May.
know, I'm so sad.
Yeah, it was one of it's our biggest shopping event of the year. And so, we're excited to be able to postpone that to the fall, but it really is the kickoff of the season, between the St. Patrick's Day Parade, which unfortunately we had to cancel due to coronavirus, and Girls Night Out. It really signifies, the start of the spring and the summer. And so it's a little sad that we don't have those staples this year.
Yeah, I know. Well, in your estimation, what will the downtown district look like when we finally emerge?
Well, it's really tough to say. So the National Federation of Independent Business Owners Research Center issued a survey on the impact of COVID-19, and their report says that about 76% of small businesses are being negatively impacted by the outbreak of the coronavirus. And so such a large, to have such a negative effect on such a large scale, really indicates to us that we are going to have to, as an organization, right, as a district management corporation, really pivot our role and really focus a lot more on supporting our small businesses, on doing a lot more marketing and advertising for downtown. But what the one thing that we know about small businesses is that they're resilient. So I'm confident that we'll be able to come back from this, certainly not unscathed, but I'm hoping that with a little bit of TLC, we can really help our businesses make a comeback and be better than ever.
Absolutely. And you will, for sure, because I know you're so passionate about what you do and about all of these entrepreneurs and business owners. So I know it'll be back bigger and better than ever.
Absolutely. We're really like a family, and so it's really important for us to be there for everyone during this time, and even after this is over.
Yeah. So in addition to your duties with Somerville Downtown, you are a professor at Kean University.
Yes. Yeah. I've been teaching at Kean since 2015. I'm a proud adjunct instructor in the communication department. I teach everything from business and professional communication to speech communication as critical citizenship. And my personal favorites, my public relations classes. This semester I'm teaching intro to public relations and public relations cases. So it's definitely an exciting semester. Yeah.
So how are you doing your class load through Zoom?
It's quite challenging. When you sign up to teach, you expect to be in a classroom, you expect to be able to engage your students in person. And so, to have to shift to be completely remote for the rest of the semester was something that we certainly weren't prepared for. When you sign up to teach an online class, you know what you're getting into. But for us, it was completely new territory. And thank goodness, I had been using tools like Zoom and GoToMeeting for a while. And so I was able to kind of transition to doing lectures online and then, supplemental assignments. But, it's definitely been a challenge from a teaching perspective, and definitely a challenge for some of our students. My class, my intro class has a lot of adult learners. And so it's been very interesting to try and help them navigate, how to get these things done remotely. And what we're seeing is that some students absolutely excel. They do great, when working remotely, and some of them are just having a little bit more of a hard time. So it's required a lot more offline hours than I originally anticipated, but we're definitely committed to helping these students make it through the end of the semester.
That's so cool. Well, how are you balancing all this, having two twin boys at home?
It is organized chaos. It's being a parent of two 15-year-olds, any parent who has teenagers in high school knows that sometimes managing their schoolwork is a full-time job. So, thankfully, because of the nature of my work, I'm able to work from home. And so we're working from home. I'm helping them navigate their own remote learning. And having to teach is actually kind of helping me through that. Just kind of staying on top of them to make sure they get the work done. Because, we always know that's the typical of high school students. They're going to try and figure out any way they can to try and get around getting the work in. So that's, but family for me always comes first. So, it's about making sure that they excel and they do well. And then, we move on to the second and third and sometimes fourth jobs that we all have. So,
do you have any time for yourself?
I do and I don't. Some days it's utter chaos and we're running from one place to the other and getting one thing done, and then rushing to the next. And other days there's a little bit of quiet. And so, I try and take a little bit of time here and there to make sure that my sanity is intact. But, it's definitely a full-time job with them. It's definitely a full-time job getting things or keeping things in motion with Downtown Somerville. And I think that that's kind of been, the best that we can do for our businesses is to really try and continue to support them in any way we can. We've created a dedicated website for our businesses, somervilleathome.com. It's really been a complete communications campaign for us with this Somerville at Home program. We're creating original content. We have this website going. We have aggressive email and social media campaigns that include challenges, contesting, and that's, it's all part of keeping the ball rolling and, making sure that, we're leveraging that brand loyalty that we've, done a great job of creating.
Well, you definitely have. And I spoke to someone that was in marketing earlier this morning. And, because marketing is usually the first to get cut when budgets are getting slashed, right? And people think, oh, digital, like that's not important, and public relations and what have you. This pandemic is showing like that's what's keeping us all going, right?
Absolutely.
Social media, connectivity, communication. So I think our industry has gotten a little bit more respect through this whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, when we, and I can't take credit for this, but a board member of mine, in talking about how we should approach this, had said, this time really, this concept of social distancing really isn't, it's not what the message that we should be pushing to people, right? It's about physical distancing and social connectedness. And, I think that, leveraging digital in this time has really shown, that you can keep, yourself connected with your friends, your family, your community, while respecting, the distance that we all need to make sure that we make it through this unscathed. And working in nonprofit and previous to nonprofit, working in government, it's one thing that's really been slow on the transition is kind of getting everybody, to buy into, doing things online and using digital resources and, leveraging, digital marketing and digital advertising, as well as social media. And I think that a lot of people got a crash course in the importance of those, throughout this process.
Absolutely. Well, Natalie, this was so fun. Thank you
Thank you.
so much. And I owe you
Absolutely.
a couple emails, so I will get to that when I'm done filming today. It's been craziness. So
No
this
worries.
quarantine was boring. And I'll talk to you soon. I can't wait to see you in person in Somerville.
Absolutely. We look forward to having you. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.